All right, welcome back, everybody. I probably already previewed what she and I were just talking about. I love your spirit. I love your heart. Everything. 7 minutes for seniors. I'm Chris with Modified Independence. This is Christine McGrath with Market Street Memory
Good
Care.
morning.
This is so awesome. This is our second segment. I didn't want to interrupt, but I wanted to get this, as part of the segment. So, how exactly do you guys help seniors? And we were just talking about people that are unsuccessfully trying to
Mm,
do this. And I even said, they fail even if they do succeed, because it's at the cost of the heart and the soul of the person who's there to take care of them. So how do you offload that burden from people? How do you help people?
wow. So servant leadership, right? We just have to be, I think, being authentic and genuine. These families really feel it.
Mhm.
They feel the true nature of us wanting to be that helpful spirit.
Yep.
Don't you agree?
Oh yeah.
And when they
Yeah.
feel that, we merit their trust,
Hmm.
and the doors and the heart opens up
Yeah.
for all parties involved.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we just with conversations and listening to them, where do they need the help? Support group, right? Assistance at
Yes.
home. Come and visit.
They don't know what they don't know. They
They
don't.
don't.
They
They're
don't.
none the
I've
wiser.
said this to patients for years. They go through the aging process one time. I would
Mm-hmm.
go through it 10 to 15 times a
Yeah.
day with my patients.
Yes.
Like, there
Yes.
is somebody out there who can answer that question for you and point you in the right direction. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to be a rookie at
Mm-hmm.
getting old. You
Yes.
don't have to be, because you're only going to be a rookie. You're not going to get a second season.
Yeah. Same thing as turning 65. What we hear our attendees and
Yeah.
our partners out in the community turning 65, get Medicare. Oh my gosh, how overwhelming. What
Yes.
plan do you choose? What's the right plan? And then it's craziness, right?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
your finances, you worked so hard all your life. And what do we do? Do we spend our funds in a setting like this, or do we try to stay at home, or do we
Yeah.
protect our assets? I mean, there's so much involved. Those that
Yeah.
don't have advanced directives.
Yeah. Yeah. The room is always full of people that can answer those questions. And of course, the questions we're answering today is specifically about those cognitive disorders, especially Alzheimer's and dementia. The reason why people come here specifically. Um, Obviously we're in Palm Coast, beautiful, beautiful Palm Coast. This place is
It was
so is
wild. I
so
call it the northern
spectacular.
frontier, right?
It was so spectacular down here. But then you come to this building. So I have to know, did you recommend the tree in the cafe, or was that part of the design, or
It was
what's the deal?
part of the
Yeah.
design. Mark Forkovich, Joni Williams, they're the two owners. They created this right down to the name. Where we have and conduct our meetings is Market Plaza,
Okay.
and that's their streetscape,
Yeah.
and hence Market Street. So you
Yeah.
got the salon, the bakery, the beautiful three-dimensional clouds, the blue ceiling tiles, the tree
Yeah.
that came from California. It's an acorn tree. And the gentleman who designed it and created it, when it arrived, he arrived and he put it together.
Oh wow.
Yes, it was wild.
That's so cool. It's so
Yes.
cool. I remember the first time I walked in and I was like, what is this place? Because all I was told by Sarah Malone
Right.
was, go to Market Street, 2 Corporate Drive,
Yes.
Palm Coast. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you know, talked to my phone and told it, and I
Yeah.
and I and I arrived here and I was like, okay, I had no idea. I thought it was like it looks like a functioning,
Mm-hmm.
like, indoor market or
Yes.
whatever. And having been to Vegas, I mean, if
Yeah.
you've ever been to the Bellagio,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like that. You walk in and everything is like bigger than
Yes.
life and everything, and it's so beautiful.
Thank
You
you.
know, so getting back to caregivers and everything, the most important thing that I think people can do is bring their, and I don't want to call them a burden, but the issue is that if you don't plan for it, it becomes a burden.
It will
If you
plan for
don't
your,
have a if you
yes.
don't have a spare tire in your car,
Mm-hmm.
then that flat tire that you get on a road trip is a burden. If
Mm-hmm.
you don't plan for aging, then the things that happen to you in the process of aging can become a burden on the other people who are tasked with taking care of you. So how do you offload that burden from families and caregivers?
When I get a phone call or someone walks in for just want to know who we are and they came in or something happened that day, there's a reason why they're calling or walking in through the
Right.
thresholds of our door, right? And I'll usually ask. The biggest thing is listening and providing whatever resource they need because they need something.
Mm-hmm.
They need something. They need to elder law attorney. They need you. They need private duty, home health. They need a clinical setting at home that
Right.
maybe they're just not ready for this, and that's okay. But they
Yeah.
need to plan. And if they're not planning, life will plan for them.
Oh yeah.
And then those decisions that are being made at that time because they land in the hospital, because they fell at
Right.
home,
Yep.
and then they're forced to make a decision,
Yeah.
It's always not the best decisions that they make because they don't know us. They haven't met us yet.
Don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry.
Right, right,
Right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yes. Yes. So, and it's so true.
Right.
And it's so true.
Yeah, but this is what we watch seniors do
Right.
every single day.
Mm-hmm.
We watch them do it every single day. And in the meantime, the caregiver, we know that statistically caregivers miss 6 years worth of doctor's appointments. Typically we're married to somebody in our cohort, somebody the same age as us. You can't afford to miss those appointments for 6 years. They're going to miss that glaucoma.
Right.
They're going to miss that, the chronic kidney disease. They're going to miss those things. And then the treatment gets even worse, you know? So who would you say is your ideal client?
Mm. The ones at home, the ones at home that need us, and they should
Well,
just
I guess I should rephrase that
yeah.
question. When somebody says X, I know that they are ready to come to Market Street. What is that X?
So I just invite them in for brunch.
Mm-hmm.
I invite them in for a performer, Sweet Melissa, Thursdays, the last Thursday of the month. She's amazing. Just come and listen to music.
Okay.
Come and experience who we are, garner the
Yeah.
understanding, meet our team.
Yes.
You start meriting again that trust, right? They
Mm-hmm.
have to trust us in order to feel comfortable just beginning that with the relationship.
Right.
It's totally a relationship,
Yeah.
right?
Because they've been cohabitating for 30, 40,
Mhm.
50, 60 years. And now all of a sudden you're trying to be the person where, the place where they're going to begin to habitate. You have to break down that mistrust and build that trust,
Absolutely.
and they believe that you're going to be able to take care of them. Meanwhile, the kids are in the background going, do it.
Right,
Right?
right. Yes,
Because we don't have to
yes.
worry about that. We don't want to have to
Right,
worry about this anymore. We
right.
don't want to have to worry about two of you.
Hmm.
When they're in that house together, the one person's worried about the other person. The other person is just off in the clouds,
Awesome.
right?
Yes, and
And then the whole
awesome.
family is sitting around worried about both of them. So,
Hmm.
I agree with you. A lot of times it just takes that prior planning. You know, I've often told, and you probably see this all the time, that they're better off coming to a place like this before they lose their cognition, as soon as they get that diagnosis. Is this the place that you want to go to? Is this the setting that you want to be in? Right?
I love those that call and just say I'm planning. I do. I love it.
Oh,
They do,
yeah,
and they're out there. They're
yeah,
planning. I love it. I
yeah,
said, awesome, amazing.
yep,
When can you come in and visit me? I could sit on the phone with you for an hour. I tell them. I
yeah,
literally do.
yeah,
You need to come and experience us and garner an understanding who we are and what we do here.
yeah.
And that starts with just coming over.
Well, so this has been our second segment of 7 Minutes for Seniors. Christine McGrath with Market Street Memory Care. Chris Wilson. We will see you again tomorrow for the third segment. Thank you.
Thank you.